What's going on, YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I'm going to do a disassembly demonstration on the brand new Hinderer knives full track. This is an awesome knife. I did a full overview on it just a little bit ago, so if you want to check that out, just head on over to my channel and check that out. This is an awesome knife. Of course, the really cool feature here is the fact that the tool for disassembly, the entire disassembly, actually comes on the knife. So you can see right here, there's a little lip where you can get your thumb in there. Let me focus here real quick. So what you do is you just pull and lift, and it comes right off. You can see how it's connected there on the backspacer and how that on the standoffs. Now that spring sort of presses in there, keeps it locked in place. Really innovative. This is awesome. I have not taken this apart yet, but I have a feeling it's going to be super simple, and that's kind of what I want to demonstrate. Is just an organic, I'm just going to do it, and I want to show everybody how simple it is. So I'm going to start with the pivot. I'm going to bring the knife about halfway out, or bring the blade about halfway out here, just because that's how I like to do things. I'm going to start here with the pivot. So we're going to go ahead and unscrew. Now see, it won't be free spinning because of the nice hex head they've got on the other side. So this should come out nice and easy. We'll go ahead, back that all the way up. Man, that is a big pivot head. Wow. There's a little bit of blue Loctite in there, nothing that this tool can't overcome. Despite its kind of bizarre shape, and it has to be that shape to match, what they're doing there with the standoffs, it actually is pretty easy to hang on to. So, nice big, really big pivot screw. That's awesome. And then we've got the two body screws back here, which are smaller in overall size, but they use the same head. So it should be, whoops, easy to pull off there. That's what that one looks like. No Loctite on that one. If you are a Hinderer fan, or you follow Hinderer knives, she always says you don't need to add any Loctite to the handle screws, at least on the XM18, and I find that to be the case. So now the little tiny point on the top here is actually what's going to be used to pull this inlay off, and there's a reason I want to do that. I didn't go over it in my overview, but inside here, these are just teeny tiny little screws. Inside here is actually a small pocket that's used to house the tri-way pivot system hardware, and that was a big thing that I kind of skipped. I mean, the ability for you to actually keep all of the hardware. See if I can use that to pull that off there. The scale is actually going to go ahead and come all the way off now, so we'll go ahead and do that. You can see there's the underside of the scale, and one of the bearings is trying to come loose, or one of the bearing things there. So let's go ahead and lay that down there. And I'll refocus so everybody can see. Let's see if we can get... There we go. So there's the scale. This pocket inside the scale will actually house your excess tri-way pivot hardware. Come on now, focus. So that is pretty cool. And let me demonstrate here. I'll open this up. This is the excess hardware that it comes with, the excess pivot hardware. So if, let's say you've got bearings installed on the knife, and you want to, just in case, you want to keep a spare set of the phosphor bronze. Maybe you're planning on working in a dusty environment for the day. Well, what you can do is you can pack all that stuff in there, if I can focus, and then you can simply put the G10 overlay right back on and press her down there, and yeah, that fits perfectly. That's awesome. So all the hardware can fit in there really, really well. So that's pretty cool. Now, we're going to have to find a way to get that back out of there. Oops. Got to get my finger under there. The tolerances on this are very, very tight, meaning everything fits very snug. So, if it were really loose, oh, there's a lip back here. Okay, so just to make that easier, back here is where you want to attack it. But that's essentially where all the hardware fits. Now, I know some people probably cringed as I went through that, but let's go ahead and change this to phosphor bronze, just so I can kind of show everybody. So here's the inside of it. Anybody who wants to take a look. There's the other side of the pivot and the inside here. There are lots of demonstration videos on the tri-way pivot system and how to switch things out. So this is not going to necessarily be anything new other than it just simply is the full track. So this is interesting. The lug is not attached to the blade. It's actually attached to the frame. This is the internal stop pin right there. So that's pretty cool. So if you want to switch to phosphor bronze, you first add that little steel washer in there. Then you're going to put your phosphor bronze washer right there. And of course, you want to go ahead and put your female side back in there. Now, on this side, you want to kind of be ready for it. So let's go ahead and put the blade on first. Just like that. We're going to put that down so that the pivot screw does not fall out there. Okay, now take this here. Now this has got to be that one in first, this one in next. I wonder if we can get it from here. Sorry for the lack of dialogue, I'm just concentrating here. Yes, perfect. So, go ahead and screw that down there. And line those back up. I'm going to go ahead and put these two back in. Just to sort of get everything lined up and held together so that the pieces don't go flying everywhere. Very nice. This one here. Trying to get it started there. There we go. So we can refocus. So you guys don't have to look at a blurry knife there. Come on now. There. Get those down. Now, take the tool. Whoops, sorry about that. Kick the table. Go ahead and get that nice and tight. Well, not too tight. Nice and snug. More what I'm after there. Oh, that's so much easier. Now we'll go ahead and put the overlay back on. This is going to be a little difficult because these screws are itty bitty. There we go. Easy. This tool makes it very, very easy to do this. This is awesome. This is the fastest. And keep in mind, I haven't done this yet. I just broke that Loctite seal on the pivot. So, I mean, you know, I've taken apart a lot of Hinderers and put them back together. But I have a Hinderer disassembly video. And even being somebody who I would, you know, I consider myself experienced at that. And even still, that took me forever to do. So let's check this. We're a little bit stiff here. So let's back it out just a little bit. Oh, probably because we need to tighten up the handle screws. Make sure that those are snug, but of course don't over tighten them. Okay, now we can back the pivot out just a little bit so we're not so tight. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, so the action now is running just on phosphor bronze. Fantastic. Not quite the same action that you're going to get with bearings, but still very good action. Sorry, I had to pause the video there real quick. But yeah, I mean, this has got an excellent feeling either way. Now, keep in mind, when you, like I was saying, when you have this, when you have the phosphor bronze installed, it's almost going to have to go through another break-in period to get down to, or to get to a smoothness that's desirable by you. The action or the detent on this, you know, in the phosphor bronze setup is excellent, but it's not going to be a drop shutty feeling like with the bearings. So this is kind of what we're working with right here to have it centered. You can see there, we're centered. We're locking up, still in the same place, so that's good. It's just a tighter feeling, but it definitely does flip with no wrist. That's excellent. And I think once it breaks in perfectly, you know, you'll have that action that you desire. But still, you know, the action's not, it's going to be the best with bearings. That's just going to be the case. Yeah, loosening up just a little bit actually helped a little bit more. So that's really cool. That was really easy to do. Let me go ahead and put the tool back in there so you can see. You essentially just push down, lock her in place, and she's good to go. Easy. Man, that's awesome. I love this thing. That's pretty much it for today's video, guys. You know, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was informative. Sorry if I stumbled around it a little bit. I just wanted it to be real and give people a real demonstration of what it's like to take this thing apart. And it's what I expected. It's really, really easy. So anyways, thanks for watching. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like. So check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, then please subscribe to my channel because there is definitely more coming. Thanks for watching and have a great day.